you buy any cattle while you were down in Mexico?
No, I tried, but those people insist on giving them away.
Hi, Johnny.
Well,
How's your health?
fine. Fellas ready to play for some money? Some real money?
A lamb comes for the shearing.
How'd you find that country down to the south?
Fine. It was quiet when we rode in and full of rats when we rode out.
Your deal.
Tell me in Charleston that Tombstone is once again a hotbed of reform.
The cowboy element is to be drummed out, and law and order will reign supreme.
Sounds like somebody's trying to make a reputation.
Yeah, new judge, man named Reese. Just been appointed. Quick man with a rope.
That's caught up.
John Ringo is a killer, a horse thief, and a cattle rustler.
Huh?
Well, what are you going to do about it?
Oh, he'll be asked to leave Tombstone. And if he gets mean about it, he'll be digging his own grave.
An actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened, in the town too tough to die. Tombstone Territory. May 10, 1882, Clay Hollister was returning from Galeyville. In Tombstone, Johnny Ringo's luck was running against him.
Call. All black, Johnny. He's high. Second best, 3 hands in a row. Come on, Ben, deal. My luck's gonna change. I know it.
You bet it is.
Are you talking to me?
If you're John Ringo, I am.
Oh, John, this is Judge Reese. I'm Sidney Farrell, an attorney. The judge is the chairman of the Citizens Reform Committee of Tombstone.
It's a pleasure, Judge. Counselor? What can I do for you?
You and the rest of the trash from Charleston can get out of Tombstone and stay out.
Judge, I'd be happy to help out the forces of reform a little later. Right now, I'm playing poker, and I'd be obliged if you'd hold off your righteousness until I finish.
Your poker game is no concern to me. I want you out of town, Ringo. And I want you out now.
Why don't you go and witness a will or something, huh?
That's enough, cowboy.
You keep away from me. Both of you.
I'll see him dead.
Well, it's your bet.
$1,000.
I get out in time.
I'm through now. All right. I'm shy. This is worth 500.
Not to me.
It is to me, Schmidt.
So what are you so proud of?
Full house. 7's over.
Still second best. 4 jacks.
Hold it. You've had the top hand all day.
Now I've got it. I told you this watch was worth $500, didn't I?
Johnny, don't ride a good thing too far.
500. I'll see you later, Ben.
Frank, buy another round for the house.
Here. Give the judge a double.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for. If Hollister doesn't put that outlaw behind bars, then the honest people of Tombstone should do it for him.
The judge is not that important. Now, Johnny's a kind of a sudden man at times and a little unpredictable.
Yeah, he'll make it good.
The judge is right.
I'll get Hollister, and if he won't take action, then I'll deputize someone who will.
Well, you best have a seat, Judge, unless you plan on going after Johnny yourself. Clay's over in Galeyville. Won't be back till late this afternoon.
Johnny Ringo rode hard for Charleston, a wide open town 9 miles southwest of Tombstone.
Hey, Johnny Ringo!
Well, business is good.
Well, did you win or lose?
I won. Boys, I took the game at the Oriental for better than $2,000.
Hey!
Shut him up, Harry. Drinks on Johnny Ringo.
Better go in and lie down.
I did a real foolish thing, Flo. I didn't win this money. I stole it. I was second best, all right. You know what? I even lost my watch.
So?
So I cleaned them out with a 44. Somehow, I got the notion that I was real smart. I had to improve my luck.
John, you're a fool.
Yeah.
You want me to take the money back?
Yeah. How you do that, huh?
You're feverish again. Come on. Lie down. Here, come on. Get some sleep, Johnny, and keep warm. I'll get the money back. Don't you worry about it.
You, see Ben Fraser at the Oriental, huh?
All right. Anything I can get you?
Yeah. Yeah, you can get me some cold water. You got a big pitcher of cold water.
In Tombstone, Clay Hollister heard about Ringo from Judge Reese.
Hollister, you're making a farce out of law enforcement in this country.
I want to make an investigation.
You haven't time. Ringo's probably in Charleston spending the money he stole right now.
Yeah, well, I don't make a move until I talk to the complaining witness.
Look, I was there. You don't need any other information. Your duty is to swear out a warrant. Gather a posse and apprehend that man.
I think it's necessary.
You're encouraging these cowboys, these outlaws, to rob and steal. I tell you, sir, the voters have had enough of it.
Your Honor, I don't know about the voters, but I've had enough of political opportunists talking law and order while at the same time they stir up more trouble than any outlaw in this territory.
It's all there, except for the price of a round he bought at my place.
When you get back, Flo, have another round on us.
I'll do that.
Afternoon, Flo. Alice.
Hello, Clay.
I understand you gentlemen had a little bit of trouble this afternoon.
Go ahead and tell him. He insists on taking your statements before swearing out a warrant.
Warrant? Warrant for what?
For the arrest of John Ringo. Or his armed robbery a source of levity to you?
I don't know about this levity, mister, but the money's right here.
John made a little mistake. Nobody got hurt. No use carrying it any further.
Charges?
No charges.
Well, I'll have a talk to John.
Talk.
Talk. Come on, Flo.
I guess there's nothing we can do, Your Honor.
Oh, yes, there is.
May 11, 1882. Judge Reese pressed for Ringo's arrest.
There you are, Sheriff. A warrant for John Ringo. Duly sworn and signed.
I wish you'd reconsider this, Mr. Schmidt.
Your duty is to serve that warrant. I have 6 men outside. They will serve as your posse.
No, they won't.
You can't bring him in by yourself.
Johnny, Clay's here.
I'm good. Hello, Clay.
Hey, Johnny, how do you feel?
Fine. I feel just fine.
He oughta. He slept nearly 12 hours.
What's the matter? That poker game wear you out?
Wasn't that a stupid thing to do?
Mm-hmm.
You are sitting on my shirt.
Never thought old John Ringo was a bad loser.
Well, I didn't think he was either, but I guess it was this, Clay. I have sort of a sentimental attachment to it. Kind of a link with the past. Just couldn't stand the thought of losing it.
Why don't you go back, John? Back home. Those Eastern doctors might be able to help you.
Eastern doctors?
Mm-hmm.
You see these books, Clay? No Eastern doctor can tell me a thing I haven't read in them. No, I feel like I belong here in Arizona, and I'm going to stay.
Well, if you do, you better watch your step. Because, you know, justify it or not, you're the #1 target for the reform element.
What are they going to do? Arrest me for, well, for buying cattle in Mexico?
No, John. You're under arrest for robbing Otto Schmidt of $2,000 during a poker game at the Oriental.
Now, hold on. I made a mistake, but that's all settled. Now, Flo took that...
No, it's not all settled. Judge Reese got Schmidt to swear out a warrant, and I've come to take you in.
Take me?
That's right, John.
This charge, it won't really hold up in court, will it?
Not a chance. Just that the cleanup boys are hoping that you'll resist arrest. They want to kill 2 birds with 1 stick. They want you, and they want me out of office.
I can understand that. All right, Sheriff. Take your prisoner into town and lock him up.
The morning of May 12, 1882. Johnny Ringo's blinding headaches continued to torture him. His blackouts became more frequent.
Bail's been paid, everything's in order. All we gotta do is wait here from the judge.
When it comes to his honor, I'm a man of little faith.
Let him go, Sheriff. Judge Reese has approved the bond.
Well, looks like my judgment was a little hasty.
Give my regards to Flo.
I will.
Adios, Clay.
Been sworn in to serve a warrant for John Ringo. I expect to see you carried out.
We'll do it, Judge.
Reese! Get going.
What's going on?
Sheriff, you took it upon your own recognizance to release a criminal under arrest for armed robbery. I took it upon myself to apprehend that prisoner.
Farrell told me you'd signed a bond.
I'd done no such thing. Obviously, Farrell was mistaken.
No, no one made a mistake. Not double-checking you and your lawyer.
John Ringo's trial will be held at 3 o'clock this afternoon, and I would suggest that you be here.
You're deliberately persecuting Ringo to get at me. But your posse hasn't got any more chance of catching him than you have of becoming governor.
Noon of May 12, 1882.
Money!
Boys, what's up, John?
I got a posse after me. I want you to hold them at the bridge until I can cut back toward Tombstone.
How far behind are they?
Maybe 10 minutes. I circled through the brush. When I pulled out, they were still chasing their tails. Well, hop to it.
Johnny!
All right, let's go.
You've got to get some rest first.
I want to settle this with that judge.
Johnny!
Welcome to Charleston.
Let us by. We're after John Ringo.
Not now, you ain't. Now you're looking forward to a little siesta right here. Step off them horses, careful like.
The afternoon of May 12, exactly 3 o'clock.
If the court pleases, I understand this was the time set for John Ringo's trial.
That is right. But John Ringo is not here. Why haven't you brought him in, Sheriff?
Here I am, Your Honor.
I consider myself in custody.
I suggest, Your Honor, that you either proceed with the trial or permit bail.
Later that afternoon, May 12, a few miles from Charleston. Judge Reese's posse was returning to Tombstone.
Get him!
Hold up! Hold up!
Get away!
If we can force him across the desert, he's got 60 miles without water before he hits the Chiricahuas, and he won't make it in a hurry. You go back and get the judge and all the canteens of water you can find.
Right.
All right, now, try and save your horse. Let's go.
We've got enough water. Let's move out.
What's happening, Clay?
Johnny's in trouble. They were shooting and he had to run.
Johnny Ringo had killed a man. It was up to Clay Hollister to bring him in. Ringo rode desperately across the desert. He knew the posse meant to kill him. Judge Reese joined his men. Ringo had been sighted on a ridge up ahead.
Well, be dark before long. What do you want to do now?
We better water the horses and keep pressing him.
May 13, 1882. The second day on the desert. The sun was again a great globe of heat. The Arizona wasteland a furnace. The hunted. And the hunters. Clay Hollister had picked up Ringo's trail. He had made better time than the more cautious posse. greatest fear of men who know the desert, Johnny Ringo was left afoot.
You figure to hound me until I die? Well, I'm not running anymore. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for you. Johnny! Johnny Ringo! Here I am!
Drop it, John.
Water. I need water.
I know where I can get you some water.
Sheriff Clay Hollister intercepted the posse.
He's disarmed?
And in my custody. You boys can go on home.
Judge Reese had ridden on ahead of his men to search the mouth of West Turkey Creek Canyon.
I warned him, but he pulled his gun, so I had to kill him. There's the outlaw, Sheriff. Turned out that Johnny Ringo wasn't so fast after all.
He didn't have a gun.
The most important thing, he's dead.
You murdered him.
You can't prove a thing, Hollister. You can't do a thing. I shot an outlaw, a killer. And I didn't ask him if he was armed. Hollister, I've been waiting to whip you for a long time.
There's going to be a trial, Reese. But even if you do get off, wherever you go in Arizona, there'll be people waiting for you. Friends of Johnny Ringo. They'll have guns. They'll be looking for a chance to use them. Now, I couldn't stop them even if I wanted to.
Johnny Ringo was buried where he died. A pile of stones marks his grave in the Chiricahua Mountains of Arizona.
Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be. Whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory. If your past has run afoul of the law, it's a handy place to be, 'cause your future's just as good as your draw in Tombstone territory. Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be. Whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory.
can only cause you trouble.
When I make trouble, it's usually for the other fellow. You've been my partner long enough to know that, Monty.
Kirk, if you'd only use your head.
Walk like a man. Be one.
Until the lawless element is stamped out, there can be no legal trade in beef in Tombstone.
Why don't you print the truth once in a while?
Well, Stevens, we were just talking about you, weren't we, Charlie?
None of your sarcasm, Clybourne. Kirk's one of the biggest cattle brokers in town. When he talks, you listen.
The sheriff's been hounding hard-working cowboys, calling them rustlers. But the people knew the facts about Hollister, instead of the lies you print in that filthy sheet.
Get out of my office.
Not that you promised to print the truth.
Well, now that I've always done.
All right, if you're going to print lies about me, I'll see that you don't print anything at all.
An actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened, in the town too tough to die.
Tombstone Territory.
On that morning of June 4, 1885, it looked as if the publication of the epitaph was coming to a violent halt.
Monty, get the boys and tear the place apart.
I have a better way.
The only better way would be to hang Clybourne from the nearest pole.
Set up a headline, Harris. Cattle broker splattered by buckshot. Just what were you all planning?
To wreck the epitaph.
My partner and I were just explaining to Mr. Clybourne that we disagreed with his policies.
Oh, well, that's all right. So long as you do it peaceably.
You ain't so peaceable, running my best beef suppliers out of the territory.
All your beef suppliers are rustlers. Everybody in town knows that.
Because he tells them. You push people around, he turns you into a tin god for doing it.
Get out.
I'll get those two.
Trouble with you is you can't forget your past.
My past? At least I didn't spend all my time in all the saloons back east.
Kirk, you're going at this all wrong. I know all about fighting newspapers. I used to work for one.
You, a newspaper man?
You have to cripple everybody, don't you?
On your way to the Crystal Palace.
Newspaper man.
Why do you put up with him?
He's not like you and me, Jed. He's got education.
If that's what education does to you, I'm glad I don't have none.
Well, they always told me that my editorials had holes in them.
I'd sure hate to see the doctor digging bullets out of you.
Well, now, you know, so would I.
Harris, why don't you stay out of the fight for a while? You know, I'm hurting him. Rounding up the rustlers and cutting off his beef supply.
He'll just bring in new rustlers, and he knows where to find them. He used to do plenty of rustling himself.
That's true, but it was never proven.
Well, there wasn't as much law then. Now he's respectable, powerful man with a lot of money. He wants control of this town.
He won't get it.
We got to fight him on a lot of different levels. This is important. And so's this. Never underestimate the power of public opinion or a newspaper's effect on it. Sometimes it goes off with a bigger bang than a gun.
You really don't know very much about me, do you, Kirk?
Well, what's there to know, Monty? How many quarts a day you can put away?
shown this to anyone for years.
Montague Davis. So you did work on a newspaper?
Managing editor of the Baltimore Observer.
How long?
Nearly 2 years.
What happened?
Well,
never mind, you don't have to tell me.
After Baltimore, I tried Chicago. Then I sort of lost interest. That's when I started to speculate in the cattle market.
A lucky thing for both of us.
Kirk, I want to get back into the newspaper business.
What? Oh, we got the sweetest setup in the whole world. Get rid of the sheriff and the epitaph, we'll run the town.
The politicians back east have a rule. Don't fight a newspaper unless you own a newspaper. You can own one, Kirk.
Newspaper?
Sure. And I can run it for you. You can control public opinion, have anything you want. Get rid of Hollister, you can become mayor.
How come after all these years you got the itch again?
Each of us has to try to be a man in his own way. If you say so, Kirk, I'll start ordering the stuff. We'll call the paper the Bugle. It'll sound taps for the epitaph and the sheriff.
Maybe.
Well, we got a sign. We're in business.
The finest printing equipment money can buy, right, Monty? Take a look.
I've seen them come and go, but only the epitaph stays in business.
Not this time, mister. Good morning. Oh, Ray, wait till you read the Bugle, Claiborne.
Oh, I don't mind competition. I only hope your paper has more integrity than your catalog.
Come and get the first issue of the Bugle this afternoon. Free with these handbills. Compliments of Kirk Stevens.
You know there's no shooting in the town limits. Give me a gun.
You'll have to get it. Folks, listen.
You'll be all right in a little while.
It says the sheriff just come up and pistol whipped poor Jed. Doesn't sound right. I know Clay Hollister.
Yeah? How well do you know him?
How well? I know that if Jeb was shooting up the town, the sheriff was within his right to disarm him.
Read the rest of the story. It says that all Jeb Crowley was doing was shooting off blanks.
Oh?
Look at the editorial.
The Bugle believes the one newspaper town does not get all the facts. The epitaph has been suppressing much news. Now Tombstone will know the whole truth. And you got a point there. The epitaph's been doing real good. But if we had two newspapers, I suppose they could keep tabs on one another.
I'd like to sell you an ad in the next issue of the Bugle.
Well, I'm spending all I can afford now on the epitaph.
Well, you're paying $10 for your ad in the epitaph. I'll give you the same space for $7.
Yeah? Well, I'll give you a try.
You're a lawman by election only, and that newspaper can turn public opinion against you.
Clay, this is Todd Murphy. Met him up at the OK Corral. He needs some help.
What kind of help?
Had 20 head of cattle stolen.
How'd that happen?
I was driving some strays to catch up with the main bunch. 2 men jumped me, knocked me cold. When I woke up, no cattle.
Where was it?
About 5-6 miles out of town.
You show us, huh?
The afternoon of June 14. 8 miles north of town, Clay Hollister spotted the stolen herd. And the rustlers spotted him.
Sheriff, he's hit. Sheriff.
Jimmy. Let me see that shoulder.
Is he hurt bad?
Painful. Bullet went clear through. Jimmy, if we catch your horse, you think you can make it back to town alone?
Sure.
How far north do you figure the main herd is?
About a couple hours ride.
I better ride along with you, make sure those boys don't try again. Come on, old buddy.
Can't you shoot straight? Like that. Go on.
Well, the sheriff and the other guy drove the herd off. We figured it didn't pay to follow.
You were right. You can't fight Hollister with 6 guns.
We'll get him.
Nobody saw where the cattle went but you?
That's right. The deputy rode back towards town.
You had the ownership papers with you to prove you were in rightful possession of the cattle.
We worked the way Kirk taught us to.
We can turn this against Hollister.
The only thing I want to turn against Hollister is a gun.
Kirk, if you'll only have a little patience.
Stick around, boys. I may have a job for you.
I know Clay Hollister couldn't be up to anything, but just the same, why was he so anxious to get rid of Jim? Where's the herd now?
Excuse me.
It's up north, if you'd care to look. Clay, no offense. This was just about the rustling and...
And what?
Nothing, Clay. Nothing.
Gentlemen, I read your little story.
So did everybody else in town. Our circulation's improving every day.
You say these rightful owners were deprived of their cattle?
That's what they told us. They showed us papers to prove it.
In other words, you're accusing me of rustling. Rightful owners, where do you suppose I can find them?
How do we know?
Well, you talked to them. It says so right here.
They left town. They said they were afraid you were going to kill them.
You got all the answers, haven't you? When you lie real good. Watch that gun here.
Kirk. Hollister, when are you going to learn? You know, you just can't walk in here and threaten honest citizens. What are the people going to think when they read about it?
If it weren't for you, he'd be lying dead right there.
We're killing him with words.
Seen this?
Mm-hmm. I'll say this. Somebody over there knows how to put out a paper.
Harris, when are you going to lower your subscription rates to match those of the Bugles?
Wish I could. It's impossible. Maybe they've discovered a new law of economics. How to show a profit while operating at under cost.
Well, it seems to me like one man should be able to put out a newspaper just as cheap as another.
Kirk Stevens is paying for the losses of the Bugle out of his cattle proceeds.
Maybe Stevens is just a good businessman. Anyway, you can't expect us to pay extra for the epitaph when the Bugle's just as good. And maybe a little more impartial.
Impartial? How do you like that?
Things are getting rougher, Harris.
Yeah.
Come in.
What do you want to see me about?
Got a piece of news for you. Not for publication. Biggest deal I've ever made. 5,000 head are being brought across the border. I made arrangements to buy them for $1 a head.
I'll get in touch with McHenry in Chicago. Probably be able to get $10 a head for him.
Well, there's only one trouble. McHenry never buys stolen cattle.
Our customers never know where the beef comes from.
Well, suppose the epitaph started digging into the deal. You got to put them out of circulation. Now.
I wish we could. We're beating them, but it's going to take time.
We've got no time.
Kirk, I hope you're not going to do anything that's going to get us into trouble.
Look, we own the Bugle, don't we? Whatever happens to the epitaph, we report in our own way. I'll be down later on in the newspaper to give you the story.
All right, Kirk.
it, Fred. Let's get out a paper, even if we have lost half our customers.
Clay! They hit Fred!
June 20, 1885. Fred's body was moved to the undertaking parlor. Unable to catch up with the gunman, Clay Hollister returned to find that our presses had been badly damaged.
Hear the news? No epitaph today.
Sure, I heard about it. I've already written it up.
Well, this is good. You make it sound like Hollister doesn't want to catch the killers, may even be behind the shooting.
It wasn't easy. I'm not sure you should have done it.
Put the epitaph out of business, didn't I?
By killing an innocent man.
I was after Clybourne. Since when do you care about killing?
I'm only warning you for your own sake, Kirk. Don't take any more chances.
Somehow I liked you better when you were spending your afternoons at the Crystal Palace.
I'm trying to make a big man out of you, Kirk. Please don't spoil it.
At first you make a man out of yourself.
Clay, you've just got to face up to what people are saying.
Yeah, I know what people are saying. The thing that amazes me, Harris, is how they can take the truth and twist it into so many different ways.
You just got to make an arrest.
Well, I gotta have the right man first.
Kirk Stevens or Monty Davis.
I know they're behind it, but they didn't pull any triggers.
Any idea who did?
Yeah. I thought I recognized Jeb Crowley. I didn't say anything because I wasn't sure. But the fact that he's been out of town ever since is...
Found the herd, Clay. 5,000 head.
What herd?
Well, I got a wire from the Mexican border saying a big herd had been driven across, and they wanted me to follow up. Where were they headed?
Kirk Stevens stockyards.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I managed to talk to a couple of the cowpokes.
5,000 head. This could be a break for us.
June 22, 1885. Broker Kirk Stevens' stockyards were bulging with beef.
How are you, Kirk?
Jeb. What's he doing here?
I'll never handle a big deal yet without old Jeb, right, Jeb?
Right, boss. Been together a long time. Well, we got work to do.
I think you're asking for trouble. Suppose the sheriff connects him with the shooting.
Old Jeb can take care of himself.
I think you're taking Hollister too lightly.
I'm not the one that's taking him light. You think he can be beaten with words. I don't.
Jeb. Where you been the last couple of days?
Driving cattle?
My deputy scouted this herd. You weren't with him. What about the other two, Jim?
Them neither. He's just got bad eyes.
What do you think of my eyesight? I spotted you right after Fred was murdered.
You're just making wild guesses.
Let's go down to my office. We can talk better there.
We're not going nowhere.
I wouldn't. He's still alive.
Get a doctor, Monty. If you didn't have that gun pointed at me, I'd kill you right now.
I'm gonna leave Jeb in your custody. I'm not worried about you going too far. You two. You! Come on.
Jeb better not die.
June 22. We worked desperately to get the press running so the Epitaph could tell the true story of the shooting at the stockyards. The Bugle hit the streets first.
And so, people of Tombstone, how many more shootings will we let our gunslinging sheriff get away with? What do you think?
I think Hollister's got some questions to answer.
We got him this time. The sheriff's finished.
So's Jim.
What are you gonna do?
He was one of my boys.
The people will take care of Hollister. They'll throw him out of office. Kirk, you go after Hollister now and you're gonna ruin everything. Everything the Bugle and I have done for you.
You are. When I found you in Chicago, you were ready for the ash heap. Without me, you're nothing.
Don't do anything stupid, Kirk. Use your head.
I like my hands better.
Hollister? We want to talk to you.
All right, go ahead.
The shooting of Jeb Crowley is being investigated by the coroner.
Yeah, that's the way it ought to be.
Will you step aside till after the investigation?
What kind of an investigation will that be? There are no witnesses except Kirk Stevens' men and Clay's deputy.
Sheriff, will you turn in your star while we look into this?
Hollister, I want you.
You heard what the man said.
You killed one of my boys.
That's right. He drew on me.
And you're a liar.
He's dead.
Any doubts who shot first?
Kirk did. I wonder how many men he's killed with that trick. Guess we won't need the investigation, Clay.
And he wanted to own the town.
Now all he's got is a piece of Boot Hill. I guess the Bugle won't be out tomorrow.
Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory. If your past has run afoul of the law, it's a handy place to be, 'cause your future's just as good as your draw in Tombstone territory. Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory.
Thought I'd seen everything.
It's one thing to rob, but why do they have to kill just to kill?
Why do mad dogs bite?
And Clay, how is it a little handful of Apaches can keep getting away from the Army all the time? There's just got to be an answer somewhere.
There is. Geronimo.
An actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened. In the town too tough to die.
Tombstone Territory.
May 29, 1889. News of Geronimo's return across the border from his lair in the Sierra Madres brought bitter memories and grim determination to the people of the territory. Memories of blood and death, and a determination to destroy once and for all the menace of the renegade Apache and his followers.
The 6th Mexican Infantry under Colonel Lorenzo are stationed along the border to check any moves south the hostiles might make. We know Geronimo is somewhere in this area. It means he's cut off from his regular sources of weapons and supplies. Now, what ammunition he had must be running low by now. Probably why he hit the quartermaster's supply train. Fortunately, there was no ammunition aboard.
Meaning that sooner or later he's going to have to take chances he'd ordinarily try to avoid.
We're well aware of that, Hollister. I'd like to get to the point.
All right.
General Crook has evolved a plan. Each town will form a patrol unit under the direction of local authorities. These units will patrol different areas until the hostiles are sighted.
That's a good plan.
Yes. In the event the hostiles are sighted, the patrol unit will send riders to the nearest telegraph dispatch station and inform Fort Huachuca immediately. Then maintain visual contact with the enemy until relieved by the punitive troops.
Well, Lieutenant, if we see the Indians, you can bet they're going to see us. And by the time your punitive troops get into action, Geronimo will be miles away. Just a pair of braves can hold back a small patrol until he's clear.
A rear guard action?
That's right.
You give this ignorant savage a great deal of credit.
Well, maybe you don't give him enough.
Fortunately, the Army is unimpressed by legends of the invincible Apache.
Yeah, I can understand that. The troops that have come up against Geronimo are in no condition to talk about it.
You'll have good reason to thank the Army when we stretch this butcher at the end of a rope.
Look, Lieutenant, I know an awful lot of men that have fought Indians all their lives. They don't underestimate Apaches.
Apaches, at best, not underestimate what's in store for them.
Just one question, Lieutenant. You ever even seen a hostile?
June 2, 1889. Sheriff Hollister and his men had relentlessly scoured the mountains for the wily murderer Geronimo.
Well, try down south tomorrow. See it sunup.
It's always good to get those boots off. You know, it's a funny thing. Most people get their backside sore straddling a horse 8 to 10 hours a day. But with me, it's my feet. Never could understand that.
Well, maybe it's because you keep trying to put those size 12 feet of yours in a size 9 boots.
Why, Clay? Oh, shucks. Don't your feet ever get sore?
Yeah, I just get saddle sore. You better get some supper. Get to bed. Sun up, remember?
Yeah.
Wonder if that Geronimo ever sleeps.
I don't know. If he does, I'd sure hate to have his dreams.
Dover's Pool Palace on the edge of town. Geronimo. The bold renegade Apache had taken a liking to white man's ways. He showed his contempt for the army and law by playing pool under their very noses. Geronimo held the proprietor captive while awaiting a supply of ammunition from a merchant named Kiley, long suspected of illegal traffic with the Indians.
Geronimo?
You make me miss.
This comb. The only way it would look good on me is with one of those lace shawls. I can't wear it this way.
You have the comb. Is not that enough?
Our friend might bring some shawls with him tonight.
He was told to bring ammunition.
You want me to look pretty, don't you?
There will be shawls. Now, woman, let me play this game in peace.
Geronimo.
How much did you bring?
1,550 rounds of 45-70s and 2,000 rounds of 44-40s. That's better than I thought I could do. It's hard to get prime quality ammunition in such quantities. But I know you want the best for your warriors, and that's what I brought.
Anything less would not be wise. I think you understand that.
I'd never sell you anything but the best. Never.
The agreed amount.
Thank you, Geronimo. A man likes to know his friends appreciate him. The shawls?
Let us consider these womanly things a token of your friendship, friend.
I consider it an honor, Geronimo.
Take these.
Maybe 4-1 he's seeing pink Indians. Geronimo at the Pool Palace.
Well, it won't hurt to check. He's picked up a lot of things from the white man, most of them bad. You ready?
Yeah, I'm all set. Play pool.
The sheriff. Tell Geronimo the sheriff's coming.
Bring box.
come on out of there with your hands up.
The night of June 2, 1889. With one of Geronimo's braves in jail, Clay Hollister sought information.
Sit down.
I said sit down. How long have you known Geronimo? Answer me.
You don't have no right to arrest me. It's not against the law to know Geronimo.
It is against the law to provide hostiles with weapons.
I don't do that.
You made contact with Kylie so that Geronimo could get the ammunition. How can you wear that?
I have a right to wear it. It's mine.
I suppose he gave you that, too?
He gave me everything. Does that suit you?
I wonder how many women died so that you could wear the jewelry stripped from their bodies.
You try to scare me. It won't work, Mr. Sheriff.
I think you and Geronimo deserve each other.
Went to Kylie's store, Clay. Afraid it was no use.
Too late?
Yeah. Time we got there, he phoned the coop. The store was wide open and the cash box on the counter was empty.
They won't get far.
Learn anything? Well, let's lock her up.
No, Jimmy. Give her a junk and get her out of here.
You heard what he said. Pick up your stuff.
Geronimo's camp in the mountains outside Tombstone. The Apache killer and the merchant Kylie made an incongruous pair.
I stayed as long as I dared, Geronimo, but when I heard they'd found that ammunition case, I had to work fast. I only managed to save a few dollars. I don't know what's going to happen to me now.
My braves. What of them? Tell me.
One's dead and one's in jail. But what'll happen to me? My business is gone. My good name. It's terrible. You've got to help me, Geronimo. Lend me money so I can start someplace else. Now, Indians believe in helping a friend in trouble, and you know, I've always been a friend of your people. Always a fair deal and the best merchandise.
My people do all for those they know, who are their friends. Seize this carrion.
No, Geronimo, I am your friend.
Friend, to you the Indian is nothing more than a fool. To be cheated, robbed of what little he has.
No.
Kill him.
No, Geronimo.
You've got one chance to keep your neck out of a noose. Tell us where Geronimo's camp is.
The rope would be a gentle gift of sleep compared to the death I would have as a betrayer of Geronimo.
He's got a real good argument there, Clay.
Where is he?
Where's Geronimo?
He is everywhere. He is nowhere.
The morning of June 3. 4 miners stumbled into Geronimo's hands.
Drop these things.
One of my braves has been slain. I will kill 2 white men in return. These two. Another of my warriors is held captive. Unless he is freed, I will slay every white man, woman, and child who falls into my hands. Tell this in Tombstone. Go!
The afternoon of June 3. The people of Tombstone were grim witnesses to Geronimo's brutal reprisal. June 4, 1889. Lieutenant Forsyth and his patrols had made no contact with Geronimo. He came to claim the prisoner.
My instructions are to guard your Indian prisoner until a detachment arrives to take him into military custody. Those orders are direct from the commanding officer.
That brave isn't free. A lot of innocent people are going to get killed. Miners, homesteaders. Must be hundreds of them in the hills around here, and Geronimo will slaughter them as fast as he can find them. I gotta let him go.
You're making a mistake. A bad one. You know I intend to make a full report.
Well, the telegraph office is still open. Help yourself.
I intend to.
Sheriff?
What do you want?
I've come to show you where Geronimo is.
Where is he?
About a 20-minute ride from here. He's been raiding by night. Now he sleeps.
How many men has he got with him?
Usually 3 or 4. He depends on secrecy to protect his hiding place. Secrecy and fear.
All right, now listen to me. You'll find an army officer down at the telegraph office. Tell him exactly what you've told me. I'll meet you there with my deputy and we'll ride out together. Now go on.
Woman, you will die.
The afternoon of June 4, 1889. Dolores led the men to an isolated cabin tucked in a draw of the Mule Mountains a few miles south of Tombstone.
Where are his guards?
It appeared to be a day to remember. The capture of Geronimo.
Let's work around that way. Wait a minute. Still think we should have waited for a platoon of troopers. Lieutenant, I'll take the responsibility if anything goes wrong, but if you want to wait for the troopers... We gotta get him before he knows what hit him. Otherwise, we'll get it from both sides.
Simple enough. We'll pick him off from the window. And we'll get the rest from inside when they come up to see what's happened. A perfect cul-de-sac.
Look, Lieutenant, the job is to get him in. The federal court will take care of him after that. All right, there's only one door, so here's what we'll do.
Jimmy? I'm not one of your deputies.
Jimmy?
Yeah.
You and I'll take the front.
Right.
If Lieutenant Forsyth will be good enough to keep an eye on that window.
Go!
Geronimo?
I gave him both barrels, Jimmy. No man can live with a load of lead like that in him.
It's not the first time he's walked away with a hole in him that would kill a horse. Well, maybe next time, Clay.
Maybe. Thing is, how come a killer like him leads a charmed life?
He got away, Lieutenant.
You almost had your moment of glory. What's your report gonna say?
It wasn't. I made an error in judgment. I shall report it as such.
You know, Clay, her life ain't gonna be worth a chewed plug as long as Geronimo's running loose.
We'll see that you're protected. You have my word.
There's no need for that, Sheriff. I found what really matters once more. It'll be good to return.
To return?
To where I was raised as a child. To the convent of St. Teresa.
Dolores returned to the convent of Santa Teresa. The notorious Geronimo was never actually captured. When he was old and tired, he voluntarily surrendered to General Crook and returned to the comforts of the reservation.
Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory. If your past has run afoul of the law, it's a handy place to be, 'cause your future's just as good as your draw in Tombstone territory. Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory.
I still think you're making a mistake, Logan. What if Hollister and his posse happen to come by?
The lead in my shoulder's getting too heavy to carry. Give me the saddlebags, man. Come on.
The way you act, someone could say you don't trust us.
$10,000 is a lot of temptation. I wouldn't want you boys running out on me.
Oh, we'll be around. We'll be back Wednesday morning. And you better be there.
I'll be there.
An actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened, in the town too tough to die.
Tombstone territory.
July 9, 1886. Sheriff Clay Hollister was on the trail of Logan Beatty and his gang. The going had been rough.
Near as I can figure, this trail's about 5 hours old.
I think the posse ought to be heading back to Tombstone, Clay. We don't have enough provisions for another day's ride.
Well, I winged one of them. Sooner or later, they're going to have to slow down and fix up that wound.
Horses are about through. The men have about had it, too.
All right. You men head back for Tombstone.
Now, what about you, Clay?
I get some provisions at the Danbury Ranch, then ride into Fairbanks, get a fresh posse there. Much obliged for your help, Paris. I'll check with you when I get back.
Hunting land taxes, Sheriff. You're wasting your time. You got no money.
No, it's nothing like that. I was hoping you could let me have some provisions. I'd be willing to pay.
Pleasure to be of service to the law.
As long as you get paid for the effort. What do you get for a drink of water?
Water's free. Good book says to help those in need, but it don't hurt to be practical about it. You or anybody else.
Anybody else?
I got myself a temporary boarder. Fellow rode in this morning, gave me $50, put him up for a couple of days, give him some medical attention. Claims he was ambushed.
Where is this man?
In the bedroom.
Is he wearing a gun?
No, I took it away from him.
That's good.
Guns are the tools of the devil, like so many other things. All I keep around myself is a small bore in case I scare up a coyote.
I'd like to meet this man.
You live in Kansas City, Miss Danbury?
No.
They got a store there sells nothing but dresses.
Really?
Yeah.
Does everyone make jokes all the time like you do?
No, I'm the funniest man that was ever in Kansas City. Someday I ought to go there.
You won't be going for a while, Logan.
Hello, Hollister.
Just rest easy.
It's a family heirloom. Like this lucky piece. I rest better when they're near me.
Has he done something wrong?
Yeah, he held up a bank in Tombstone. Wounded a clerk.
No.
An outlaw under my roof?
Where are the others, Logan?
They said I was holding them back.
Did he ride in here alone?
I was out in the yard. I didn't see anyone else.
You got me caught, Hollister. Why would I lie to you?
They ran off and left you, huh? Left $10,000 behind. Where are they, Logan?
Sheriff, can't you question him later? He's in pain.
As you sow, so shall you reap.
Yeah, he reaped all right. I'll need a lighted lamp to sterilize this. Seems only fair that since I put the bullet in, you ought to be the one to take it out.
How is he?
Nothing wrong with him. A couple of days' rest won't cure.
I don't want him under my roof. This is a God-fearing house. Let the sinner seek the comfort of his own kind and not sicken others.
It's a long ride back to Tombstone. Wouldn't want that wound to open up. He might bleed to death.
The righteousness of the perfect shall direct his own way. The wicked shall fall by his own wickedness.
But the man came to us for help, Pa. It wouldn't have been Christian to turn him away.
He's a thief and a murderer. He deserves the worst that can happen.
There's nothing too good about Logan's past, but murder isn't one of his accomplishments.
I know his kind has never done a hard day's work in his life.
I thought we could all use some refreshment.
Oh, thank you, Miss Danbury. Looks like I'm going to have to impose on your hospitality for a couple of days.
We're pleased to have you here, Mr. Hollister. You think he'd like a cup?
Oh, I'm sure he would. I'll take him some.
If Sheriff wants him to have any, he'll take it in.
Leave the girl alone, Alan.
The morning of Wednesday, July 11, 1886.
You certainly don't take any chances, Sheriff.
No. My job, you live longer if you're careful. And don't put too much faith in good luck charms. I want to talk to you about that.
What's wrong with Logan giving it to me?
He should have kept it for himself. He's going to need all the luck he can get. Keep away from him, Kay.
You sound just like my father, Mr. Hollister.
He's got a long prison term ahead of him.
Hollister, there's one thing you should know. You're never going to put me in prison. Only one man ever locked me up. That was my dad when I was 7 years old. I remember I beat my hands bloody trying to get out of that dark cellar. It was a whole lifetime ago. I still dream about it.
I've decided to take you back to Tombstone today. You look well enough to travel.
Yeah, I'll be traveling soon. All I needed was a little Christian charity from the right person.
Why don't you give her some? Come here.
I'll never forget you. Bye. All right, Logan, let's go. You'll never take me to Tombstone now, Hollister. You're a day late. Yesterday you might have made it, but today, those are my boys. Back in the house. Everybody. Move!
Hey, Logan, come on out.
Tell him you're my prisoner.
Sheriff Clay Hollister's in here with me.
Well, what do you want us to do?
Well, there's no sense in having a gunfight. I'll be out in a few minutes. You see, Sheriff, I'm your prisoner, but you're my prisoner in a way.
We can't wait out there forever. Sooner or later,
Sheriff, don't make me shoot you. But I will if I have to.
You taking leave of your senses, girl?
I want to go with you.
Your father's right. You've taken leave of your senses. I can't take you with me, don't you see?
For the first time in my life, I do see. And I want to go with you.
All right. Let's go.
Try to make him understand.
I'll kill you for this, Beatty. By all that's holy, I'll kill you.
Take that. Cut you down before you got a shot.
Logan! Climb down.
Kay! Get out of the way! Get out of the way! Might have stopped them if it hadn't been for her.
I don't think you can put all the blame on your daughter.
My daughter is dead.
The morning of July 12, 1886. Logan Beatty skirted Tombstone on his way to New Mexico. Clay Hollister came back to Tombstone for a small posse. We again picked up Beatty's trail.
Logan.
Don't be so worried. The shoulder opened up a little, that's all.
Logan, you can't keep riding. You've got to stop, at least for a while.
And let Hollister catch up. I'll tell you what we'll do. Yucca Flats is about 2 hours from here. We'll stop there. Come on.
The outlaw's trail led to Yucca Flats. We reasoned Beatty was seeking the sanctuary of the New Mexico border.
Gee, I must look a sight.
You're the prettiest girl in the territory.
Not in this outfit.
I'll buy a new dress. We'll meet you fellas in the bar. Come on. A bottle, please. Thanks.
Oh, no. Thank you.
I'm sorry. You do that dress right proud, Kay.
My man has good taste.
Yeah, not much of a place, is it? If I go anywhere else, they might recognize me.
I understand.
Don't you want a drink? It might cheer you up. It can't do you any harm.
No, I don't want any.
Hey, Logan. You gonna sit there and wait for Hollister to come for you? Or are we heading for New Mexico?
Okay. Should we leave?
Well, I'm ready.
Kay, how old are you? 17? 18?
19.
Do you realize that I'm almost...
I realize that you're the man I love. Come on, let's go.
They were here all right.
How long ago?
About an hour.
Well, we're gaining on them. They still got a good head start. Catching them before they reach the border is going to take some doing.
If I have to cross the border, I will. I think I'll send the boys back to Tombstone. This visit's going to be unofficial.
The afternoon of July 12, 1886. Red Rock, New Mexico.
Aren't you going to eat any of it?
I'm not hungry.
I know what you're thinking. I just can't afford to take any chances. I've still got to be careful where we stop.
Logan, I understand that. You don't have to explain.
You haven't had any fun, have you? Give me a little time. We'll have plenty of fun. And we got lots of money.
And what happens when the money's gone?
I get us some more. They leave this stuff lying around loose in banks. You just walk in and scoop it up.
Just walk in and scoop it up. And we start running again.
What other way is there?
Hello, Logan.
Rita, I'm busy.
What's the matter? Don't I please you anymore?
Look, Rita, will you leave us alone, please?
Logan, she's not your type or age.
I'm sorry, bud.
I'll cover you from here in case the others show up.
Where are your friends? My friends are hid out. They're afraid of a lawman who might forget about the law and come across the border. This is New Mexico, Hollister. You have no authority here. They have their own laws and they have nothing on me. And if you don't believe me, ask the sheriff at the bar.
That doesn't prevent us from having a little talk, does it?
Well, what is it to say?
I want you to ride back to Tombstone with me.
Whatever would make me want to do a fool thing like that?
You want to make her happy?
I figure the best way to do that's by staying out of jail.
Taking her to places like this?
Won't always be places like this.
When has it ever been different? I think she deserves something better.
Have you any complaints, Kay?
If he did go back, what would happen?
You'd have to face a robbery charge.
I can't do that, Kay. Don't ask me.
Logan, time of your kind's passing. Trail ends with a bullet or a long prison term. Now's your chance to pay a small penalty for a new life.
Remember, I told you I can't stand to be locked up.
What kind of freedom is this? Running from the law, living from day to day, and no future.
Leave us alone, Hollister.
All right. Anything I can do for you, Kay?
Let's go back.
I can't.
Logan, maybe you can walk into a bank and scoop up some money. But what happens if this kind of life runs us out of love? Mr. Hollister, wait. I'm going back with you.
Kay.
Every time that you rode off, I'd wonder if I'd ever see you alive again. And we'd end up hating each other. Wouldn't have worked, would it?
He'll come back if he loves you.
Thank you, Mr. Hollister.
Glad I could be of service.
Is Pa at home? He went into town, but he should be back very soon now. I better start supper. You'll stay, won't you?
Thank you, Miss Danbury.
She's worried about what Pa will say.
How about you?
I'm not any longer.
I think I'll ride out and meet him.
Spawn of the devil, stop!
Was coming in to give himself up.
I didn't know.
Didn't he say anything?
May have. I didn't hear.
Maybe. Maybe you just didn't want to hear.
How will I be judged?
I don't know. But you're gonna have to tell your daughter you killed a man she loved. Here. You better give her this.
Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory. If your past has run afoul of the law, it's a handy place to be, 'cause your future's just as good as your draw in Tombstone territory. Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory.
Hollister.
Oh, Mr. Howard.
Some of us want to know what you're going to do about the outlaw element of this town.
My deputies and I arrest them.
But they're never convicted. They just go free to rob and kill again.
Mr. Howard, I'm just the sheriff, not the judge and jury.
Nobody wants to be the jury. It's too dangerous. They're afraid of what might happen if they vote to hang one of these murderers.
Mr. Clyburn and I are working on that, too. He's wired Washington for military protection for him.
I hope we get some action.
Here's Grady. Apaches. Cantaloupe Springs.
Apaches that close?
Get all the men you can together. Right, Clay. Fred and I'll ride out with you.
Sheriff Clay Hollister rode out with a posse to Antelope Springs, where the Apaches had made their attack. An actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened, in the town too tough to die.
Tombstone Territory.
The afternoon of March 27, 1882. Sheriff Clay Hollister started his ride back from Antelope Springs. The Apaches had fled, and the sheriff had sent the posse in pursuit of the marauders. Choosing their time perfectly, two outlaws approached the mining and milling company 2 miles outside of Tombstone.
Be obliged if you fill that. Let's have it! The miners will be coming for their money. Come on.
I had just finished reporting the outbreak of Apache raids on outlying ranches. Checked my watch with the 5 o'clock whistle at the Tombstone mine. When the whistle continued, I knew it was an emergency. I rode to the mine 2 miles out of town to investigate. But the hold-up men had killed and vanished.
I warned you about your fast trigger.
You saw him go for his gun.
This could mean big trouble.
You don't want to have no fun, do you, Mitt?
I wanted money. I didn't want to kill him.
Too bad about the money.
You go on to Crowley's. I'm going back to town.
I hope you know what you're doing, partner.
When I got back, the townspeople were demanding action. They told me Clay Hollister had just returned from Antelope Springs.
I tell you, they almost got me.
That the hat, Clay? That's it, Mr. Clyburn. Not much to go on.
How'd it go, Brad?
Rough.
We trailed the Apaches into the Dragoons, and it was an easy trail to follow.
More raids?
2 more ranches and their families. Not a pretty sight, even the young'uns. I came back to report. Something wrong?
2-man stick-up at the Tombstone mine. Killed Mr. Barton.
That hat belongs to one of them. I saw a man without a hat riding across the San Pedro. He was headed towards Crowley's place. Looked like Billy Clyde.
Young Billy? He's a hard case.
Yeah, everyone thinks that he and Mitt Porter held up that Benson stage.
I wonder about Porter.
They're probably over at Crowley's place now. It's nothing but a hideout.
Do you think Billy and Mitt did it?
I'll ask him.
Let's get it over with.
I'm going with you.
Well, now, Mr. Clyburn.
Look, boy, I've been doing a lot of talking. You might need some help bringing them in.
Might at that. Except one of them's walking up to us right now.
Well?
He's tall like him, only he's dressed different. Wore his hat like you, Fred. Nope, it couldn't have been Porter.
You sure?
I was there.
You said you weren't looking.
It isn't Porter. Besides, he couldn't be 2 places at the same time.
Thought he was 2 people. Which maybe he is. Take over for a while.
Hey, now there's a fuzzy little one.
Like that.
Hello, man.
Mm-hmm. Hello,
Simmons?
Mr. Gaddis.
Very attractive hat for a very pretty lady.
Thank you.
How's the freighting business, Mitt?
Can't complain.
Picking up lots of money on the Bisbee Road, are you?
I'm doing all right.
I think you're the richest man in town. Hope you realize that.
Mitt, we're riding out after your friend Billy Clyde.
Billy Clyde? Why?
Well, I want to talk to him. I don't know if it was him or his partner who killed Mr. Barton.
Mr. Barton was killed? Well, what makes you think that Billy had anything to do with it?
Hat was found. Billy was seen riding for Crowley's ranch bareheaded.
Well, I guess that's your problem.
It's no problem, Mitt. I figure Billy want to talk about things. He won't want to hang alone.
Tombstone juries don't hang anybody. Seems they're scared to.
Barton was a popular man, Porter. The town's had enough.
You want to ride out with us, Mitt?
Well, why me?
We thought you might have some influence with Billy. Avoid another killing.
When are you leaving?
Ooh, about an hour.
Mr. Porter's not riding with any posse tonight. We're going to choir practice.
Fire practice?
That's right. Choir practice.
Well, we smoked him out.
Yeah.
What's the matter, Mr. Clyburn? Something wrong?
Yeah. I like that fella. We rode immediately to reach Crowley's ahead of Porter. We arrived at sundown, and Clay Hollister scouted the ranch to see if other guns were around.
How does it look? I looked all over, Crowley and his boys out there.
Probably all in Galeyville gambling.
There's just one man in bed. That has to be Billy.
How do you know?
He isn't wearing a hat. I'm gonna go get him. Hold on. He'd shoot you without even opening an eye, just out of instinct.
Not if I shoot first. Let's take Billy, then we can wait inside for Porter. That is, if Porter shows.
He'll show, all right.
Open up, Billy. It's me, Mitt.
Fred, maybe you better cover the back door. When you get up there, wait. I'll holler out and tell them they're surrounded.
Wait.
They're organizing a posse. You gotta get going. Where's your horse? Out in the corral?
Yeah. I'll be halfway to Mexico before they get here.
They wouldn't be coming, Billy, if you hadn't done that killing.
Well, now, look who's preaching. I'm surprised you even come up here to warn me.
That much I do owe you. But I don't trust you.
I don't believe I heard rightly. You don't trust me?
That's right. I figure if they get you near the end of a rope, you'll want company.
What happens if you get caught? Then who talks? You could really hang me. But you won't. I think I'd better kill you now.
You got the drop?
That's right.
You'd shoot?
I'm bad, I admit it. You don't know what you are.
Who is it?
You're surrounded.
That fool. Thought you were ahead of them. They said they weren't leaving for an hour.
Open up in there, you're surrounded.
Sure!
Hold it right there, Billy. I'll cover the back.
Now I know I'm not gonna hang. I don't know about you.
Tell him you did the killing, Billy.
Tell him. Tell him.
You tell him.
Drop it. You get around, boy.
Fred Billingsley is dead.
I didn't kill him.
I don't think you'll get Billy to testify to that.
Well, I'm not gonna hang.
Don't be foolish, man!
You think he'll live?
Well, he's tried for murder, and then who knows?
March 28, 1882. Mitt Porter was under guard in the Tombstone Hospital.
He's gonna go. Excuse me. I'll have to ask you to check that gun, stranger.
Well, I'm just passing through.
Well, make sure you do. Town's got rules.
Rules?
Yes, Mr. Warren?
I knew this would happen. Porter's healing up in the hospital, waiting to go free like the rest.
Fred Billingsley ain't healing up none.
Those cowboys think they run this town.
They do.
Well, it's time something was done about it.
You're right, Miss Bradbury.
People are getting panicky.
Yeah. Why didn't you and the editor kill Porter when you had the chance?
He'll stand trial when he can get out of bed, if he ever can.
Won't do no good. Juries are scared.
Well, you're the men who make up the juries.
I ain't gonna buck them gunslingers.
Well, I don't blame you much about that. That'll all be changed now.
What do you mean?
I got an answer from Washington. All juries will have protection.
What protection?
Troops, if necessary.
From Fort Huachuca. So now you know.
Well, maybe things will be better.
Yeah.
Well, it's about time.
I hope I get on that Porter jury.
Me too. He'll hang.
It's time they was showed.
Well, we'll show them too, won't we, boys?
It's up to us.
Win, I'm terribly sorry. It's just that I got in so deep.
You could have told me. Did you kill Billingsley?
No.
Did you kill Barton?
No.
Was it Billy? Oh, I knew you were mixed up in something. I hoped I was wrong.
When I was mixed up. But you know, it's a funny thing. When a man comes so close to dying as I did, he sees things real clear. Now I'm glad there's going to be a trial. They got to believe I didn't kill anybody. When, after the trial's over, maybe we could go to California. Live respectable. I know I got no right, but I'm proposing.
I think you're delirious.
I'm not going to kill him, lady. I'm his brother. I heard you were running in bad company.
Stay out of this, Dave.
I'm taking you back to Texas.
He's staying. He's standing trial.
Lady, a bloodthirsty jury can hang a man same as a lynch mob. I'm not letting them make an example out of my brother. Come on.
No, Dave.
Mitt, I heard them talking on the streets. They mean it. They want revenge.
He's not going.
If he stays, he swings. They're so stirred up they'll hang the first man they try. And it's not going to be him. I got horses, but I'll need some help getting him out of here, lady.
Don't drag her in.
You have a gun. If you use force, I'll have to help.
I guess I'm forcing. You get his clothes?
Everything all right in here?
Couldn't be helped. Hurry up.
Mitt and Dave Porter rode out of Tombstone, trying to cover as many miles as possible before their escape was discovered. They didn't stop to rest or eat as they sought refuge in the mountains. Only desperation kept the wounded boy on his horse. The two brothers pressed through a devil's graveyard of rocks and boulders, avoiding trails, ridges, and exposed areas where they might be spotted. Their destination, Texas, and home. The Porter boys were aware of a double danger, a posse from Tombstone and the Apache raiders who infested the mountains and desert.
He wanted to stand trial, but his brother convinced him he didn't have a chance. Look, it was his only way out. And I helped him.
I don't know if Mitt killed or not, but he deserves a fair trial, and boy, if I can find him, he's going to get one.
Where do you think they headed?
Mountains.
Mountains all over Arizona territory, boy.
Yeah, but in Mitt's condition, he can't outrun anybody in the open. My guess is they'll head for the Chiricahuas and then for Texas.
The Chiricahuas?
That's Apache country.
He's sick, but he's no fool.
But the Indians have been out in raiding parties, and Mitt knows it. I think he'll chance getting through. You sure you still want to go along? Some Indian might wind up wearing that fancy jacket.
I'm going.
I wouldn't go, but my hat's off to you.
Hope we can keep our hats on. You're in charge, Sorehead.
Posse's on its way in.
They make contact with the Apaches?
They hit and run. All we did was chase them back in the mountains.
Which mountains?
The Chiricahuas.
The afternoon of March 28. Clay Hollister and I prepared for a long, hard ride and left at once. We didn't have time to wait for the posse. The Porter boys had a big head start, and we tried to close the gap before the going got rough. But we were slowed by the rugged foothills. Their trail told Clay they were still far ahead of us. They led us into hidden ravines and box canyons known only to Indians. We tracked them into the forbidding Chiricahuas, fortress of the murderous Apaches. There was still no sign that they had stopped to rest or eat. It was no longer an easy trail to follow, and it would soon be night when all trails end. The evening of March 28. Mitt and Dave Porter penetrated deeper into the Apache stronghold. The stars would soon be out. But which would be stars and which would be Apache eyes? The morning of March 29.
I'm still warm.
You like eating something?
No, go ahead.
Well, at least the Apaches haven't found us.
They wouldn't attack till daylight anyway.
Yeah. Something to do with their religion.
Religion? They just enjoy seeing you die.
You're a pretty tough kid. You haven't eaten enough to keep a cricket. Should be quite a celebration when I bring you home.
You know, Dave, I've always been second best to you. Seems I still am.
You trying to prove something back in Tombstone? How did money get to be so important to you anyway?
Isn't it to everyone?
Depends on how you come by it. You had no right to involve that girl.
She was going to California with me, Dave.
Maybe she'd like to come to Texas.
Is that more big brother advice?
Well, I figured if she'd take over, maybe I could concentrate on a few problems of my own.
Yeah, it's funny. I never figured you'd ever have any problems. But I like your solution.
Well, it's a beautiful morning.
Yeah. I wonder if it's a beautiful day in Texas.
Company.
Posse or Apaches?
You hit?
I don't think there's any new holes in me. Dave. Dave.
Yeah.
I've never quite learned how to say this. But thanks.
We'll make it.
I'm out of shells. Dave, you go ahead and run for the horses.
I said we'll make it.
Do like I tell you. Let me be the family hero just...
Ned?
He's a long way from Texas.
How guilty was he? How guilty the town? Dave Porter miraculously escaped Texas. We buried his brother Mitt where he was killed in the Chiricahuas. It was no happy ending to a girl's dream of home and family. But that's the way it happened. Mitt Porter made some mistakes in his young life in this young country and learned, as did many residents of Tombstone, that only the town was too tough to die.
Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be. Whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory. If your past has run afoul of the law, it's a handy place to be, 'cause your future's just as good as your draw in Tombstone territory. Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be. Whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory.
How about that, Sally? Well, everybody's having fun with Big Bill. Saturday night, why don't you celebrate?
Celebrate what?
Silver mine I'm going to find for you, maybe. That's what?
Should I hold my breath?
Herman. Herman! Well, pick up a little glass, Herman. And hold.
Sheriff, you got in my way.
You better call tonight, Bill, before somebody gets hurt.
You want to hold a glass, Sheriff? 1, 2.
Oh, now. Show me how you want it held.
All right.
I'm sorry I had to clip him, Sally.
Why bother to tell me about it? I don't care what happens to him.
Doc, take care of him.
No, keep away. I'll take care of him.
An actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened. In the town too tough to die.
Tombstone Territory.
May 29, 1886.
Sally.
Excuse me, Doctor. Well?
Sally, you're not still mad about what happened in there.
It won't work, Bill. I've heard all your promises.
I got a regular job now, Sally, working for the water pipe company. Saving for steak. I can't miss this time. There's silver all around us. You wait and see, I'm going to hit pay dirt.
You hit pay dirt? You won't hit peanuts. And even if you get the chance, you'll go into the Tivoli and blow it.
Sally, listen to me.
You listen to me. I'm going to leave here someday. And when I do, it's not going to be with any moth-eaten prospector who's all mind talk and no mind. I'm going to be respectable. I'm going to have a sparkler on this finger that'll blind you in the sun. I'm going to have furs all over me. Now you go back to digging your ditches and leave me alone.
Now look, you kids move back. You're going to get hurt here.
Aw, Bill.
Hello, Jimmy. Emily.
We're not hurting anything, Mr. Hollister. We're just watching.
Yeah, well, you better go watch from over there.
Can we play around the old Marla house, please, can we?
Sure, I guess so nobody else is using it to keep you off the streets.
Thanks, Mr. Hollister. Thanks. I'll be the mother, and you can be the husband coming home from work. I'm not going to be the husband. I'm going to be the sheriff.
How you doing, Bill?
Fine.
What do you got, a broken water pipe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Silver.
Sally,
What are you doing here? Lose your job?
I just hit a silver vein rich as they come.
What, again?
This'll go 8,000 to the ton if it goes a dime.
Where'd you find it this time?
Right out where I was fixing that pipe, right in the middle of Allen Street.
Middle of Allen Street. What?
Look, that city property, I can't file a claim on it, right?
Right.
The Marlowe house is right next to where I was digging. You can buy it for $1,600.
1,600. So?
Sally, you told me once you had a little nest egg put by.
Bill, if you don't get out of here and quit wasting my time, I'll throw you out.
You said you had $2,000. Sally, this can mean $500,000 to us, maybe better.
Bill.
Look, the house is only 40 feet away from where I was digging. Now, if you owned it, I could tunnel under the street. Nobody'd ever know the difference.
The silver, we'd have to sell it in some other town.
Tucson, that's easy.
What's in it for me?
20 cents on every dollar I take out.
Make it 50.
Okay, baby. I'm not going to argue the split with you. I'm going to ask you to marry me. First 5,000 I take out of that mine.
I want 10.
Okay. What's the matter, baby?
The pipe repair job you were working on. Won't one of the other workers discover the silver ore?
I covered it all up. I'll fix it tonight.
Well, let's have a drink, partner.
Okay, partner.
Hi, Sheriff. Have a drink?
No, thanks, Bill.
You particular who you drink with?
I just have to finish my rounds.
You know, Hollister, I'm going to hit it big out here one day. I'm going to have money coming out of every pocket. I'm going to own half a Tombstone.
Don't pay any attention to him, Sheriff. You know, some of them start drinking early. Start running off at the mouth. Now, why don't you be a very nice boy and say goodbye to the sheriff before you get into trouble again? See? Why don't you make me a deputy?
I could do worse.
You better forget you're mad with Hollister and hold your tongue or the deal's off.
You're kidding.
Try me.
Okay, Sally. I'll go back to work.
Well, that's better.
June 14, 1886. The unique mining operation began with Sally's purchase of the old Marlowe place as a home. The lumber for shoring the shaft and tunnel was brought in as new flooring ordered by Miss Sally Wilson for repairs on the old house. Life on Allen Street went on as usual, nobody dreaming that inside the house a shaft would soon extend down to a depth of 10 feet. And that from the bottom of the shaft, a tunnel would extend over 40 feet to a point beneath the street where Big Bill had made his discovery. There was another problem. The dirt had to be carted away secretly. August 10, 1886. The silver deposit was reached.
Sally! Sally! You know, it's a funny thing. These things were filled with dirt. They weighed a ton. Now they got silver in them. They're light as feathers. You didn't tell anybody they could come?
Of course not. Who is it?
Me, Sally, Clay. Want to talk to you a minute.
Well, just a minute, Clay. I'll be right with you. A lady has to make herself presentable, Clay.
May I come in?
Sure. I haven't fixed the place up yet, but I have some good ideas.
Oh, it should be real nice. Things seem to be going better for you and Bill.
Hmm.
I want to talk to you about him.
About Bill?
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
It's Jimmy Reach.
You mean the little boy that Barbara's daughter plays with?
He was playing around the house here the other day, and Bill ran him off. He slapped him.
Oh, no.
Jimmy's father's got a terrible temper, and so has Bill.
Yeah, I know that.
I wouldn't want to see him try to shoot it out. I thought it'd be better if I talked to you about it rather than Bill.
Glad that you did. It gets pretty riled up, even when your name is mentioned.
I guess I got that kind of personality. Well, thanks for the help, Sally.
Thank you, Clay.
You were standing right over it, honey. We're getting lucky all the way around.
Why'd you slap Jimmy?
Well, he was getting near our diggings.
So Hollister shows up. These are big stakes. Don't be a fool and give them away, Bill. Now get back to work.
The morning of September 2, Big Bill took out enough silver to make a down payment on an important purchase.
Before very long, I'm going to buy you one of those for every one of your fingers. We're going to have everything we ever wanted, honey. We're really going to live.
We.
Mr. and Mrs. William Hartley.
Emily? Emily? Emily! Get off there! Emily!
Tunnel.
No! No!
Let's get the sheriff.
Emily, my baby, my baby.
Barbara, let me get a look. Sally, take care of it.
Come on, honey. Everything's gonna be all right.
It's all my fault. I should have watched her closer. That's a mother's job.
Come on, Barbara. Come on.
Emily! Get that Cunningham. You, get a hoist and some ropes. Move. Everybody get back.
Is she dead?
They don't know. The tunnel. Is that the reason the street caved in?
I let her run wild. You have to watch your little girl. Anything can happen.
Barbara, now listen to me. She needs you now more than she's ever needed you in her entire life. I want you to talk to her quietly. Her mother's voice could be very important to her.
What shall I say?
Anything. Just be gentle. Let her know you're here.
Emily? Emily, darling, it's Mother. I'm not going to work tonight, Emily. I'll stay home and tuck you in.
Don't stop.
Emily, I'll read a story to you. I'll read you a story, Emily.
Mommy.
Emily. She's alive. My baby's alive.
Is Big Bill Hartley here? Bill, come here.
What does he want? What do you want, Hollister?
I need your help.
Why me?
You did the repair work here, didn't you?
Yeah.
Well, how's the ground?
It's tricky.
Are we on a natural fall, or can I dig down on the side and tunnel across to her?
You're going to risk a cave-in any time you put a shovel in the ground around here. Liable to bring that whole thing down on her. Barbara, come back from that edge.
You didn't have to go down that far for the water line, did you?
Of course not.
And why's the hole so deep?
Well, how do I know? Could be a natural fault, an old well, a spring. Could be anything.
You got any ideas about getting her out?
Rope around her waist might work.
Not if she's pinned.
Yeah, well, maybe she isn't. Too tricky to get down there. We'll get a loop.
Bill, we going to have to tell about the tunnel?
No, we'll get the kid out.
Are you sure?
Now, don't get mixed up, Sally. What we got is ours. We find that silver mine, we got nothing. We'll get the kid out.
Big Bill Hartley and Sally kept their secret about the tunnel from the old Marlowe house to the mine, through which the girl could have been reached.
Remember, if she's caught too tight, you don't dare pull.
Yeah, I know.
Gently, gently now. Easy.
Mommy, the rope hurts.
Stop pulling. You can't get her out that way. You've got to think of something else.
I'll have to go down after her.
Now, wait a minute. You're no miner. You'd have that whole thing on top of her. I'll go alone. All right.
Keep your feet away from the rocks, Bill.
Send me down a shovel. You're gonna be all right, honey.
There it comes.
How's it going, Bill?
Slow.
You want me to spell you?
No. No. I'll stay down here alone. Don't worry, honey. We're gonna get you out.
The operation was difficult. Each act of digging risked a landslide, which could bring certain death to the digger as well as to the child below. The night of September 2, 1886.
Soon now, honey.
Here we go, dear. Carol, stand right there.
Put this down over your shoulders, honey. That's it. Now you sit in that bottom one, sweetheart. Put this under your arms, all right? Come on, dear. Sheriff!
Aye.
We got her.
Billy, take her arm out of there.
Okay.
All right.
That night, 8 hours after the start of the operation, the child had been freed.
Easy. Easy.
Mommy.
My baby's alive.
hours, it'll be too late. We've got to get him out soon.
I can't work fast, Doc. The whole street may cave in on top of him.
Bill, don't give up, Bill. It means too much to us now.
I've given up, Sally. Tell him.
It means too much to us now.
Tell us what, Sally?
Nothing, Clay. He's delirious.
I had just returned from a business trip in Prescott. Found Tombstone in a turmoil.
How's it going, Bill? Can't feel anything, Sheriff.
Hold on, Bill. Everything will be all right.
We'll get you out. It's too late. Why'd you come the way you did? What are you talking about? Did Sally tell you? Tell me what? This is a tunnel between our house and the mine. You mean that you tried to mine this? Bill, don't you know that this...
Anything I can do?
No, thanks, Harris. We'll get him out now to bury him. They had a mine.
They were mining here? This is just an isolated pocket. Pachuca Water Company found it when they laid the pipe 4 years ago. Rich ore, no vein. It wasn't even worth digging up the street.
Sally, there's a man dead and you could have saved him. We're gonna have a long talk.
I'll be around. I'll be around for a long time.
Looks like dirt.
Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory. If your past has run afoul of the law, it's a handy place to be, 'cause your future's just as good as your draw in Tombstone territory. Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory.
ইসরায়েলি আগ্রাসন বহু মায়ের বুক খালি করেছে, রেহাই পায়নি সদ্যজাত শিশুও। চলমান সহিংসতায় প্রায় অর্ধশত শিশুর ঠিকানা হয়েছে কবর। হাসপাতালগুলোর দৃশ্য আরো মর্মান্তিক। মৃত্যুর মিছিল দীর্ঘ হতে থাকায় স্বজনহারাদের আহাজারিতে ভারী হয়ে উঠেছে বাতাস। আর আহতদের মধ্যে মৃত্যুর সঙ্গে লড়াই করছেন যারা, তাদের আর
কি বেরহম, নির্লজ্জ, বেহায়া জালেমগুলো হাসপাতাল পর্যন্ত রেহাই দিচ্ছে না।
কিছুই করার নাই গো কাকা।
কিচ্ছু করার নাই?
কি আর করার থাকবো কন? দুর্বলের মায়ের খাওয়াটাই নিয়তি। দুর্বলের পাশে কেউ থাকে না গো কাকা।
হ্যাঁ ফজলে মিয়া, ভালোই বলছো তুমি। দেখো না সারা বিশ্ব কেমন একদম চুপচাপ নিশ্চুপ হয়ে আছে।
সবই সার্থক কাকা, যে যার ধান্দায় আছে।
9, 10, 11, 12, মোট 12টা আছে না?
বিকালের মধ্যে পাবো তো?
সন্ধ্যার দিকে আসেন,
লেট করেন না কিন্তু।
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, লেট হইব না।
নতুন নাকি?
আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
হ্যাঁ নতুন, কয়দিন ধরে আসছে। নাও সন্ধ্যার মধ্যে ভালো করে করে রাখো।
হ্যাঁ
তাড়াতাড়ি আসো, বইসা আছে তোমার জন্য।
আইতেছি। কি রে বাপ, খিদা লাগলে খায়া ফেলবি, আমার লাগে বইয়া থাকবি না।
কত কথা শুনে। দেখ তোমার প্লেটটা দাও।
শেষ। আরে ডিম ভাজি রে। তুমি নিলে না?
আমি পরে খাবো।
পরে আর কি খাবা?
আমি সবজি দিয়ে খাবো না, আমি ডিম দিয়ে খাবো।
কেন বাপ, সবজি খাবি না কেন? সবজি না খাইলে বড় হবি না, বুদ্ধি হইব না।
হ্যাঁ কর, মুখ খুলে না দেখছো? আর স্কুলে ভর্তি করাই দেওয়া দরকার না?
হ্যাঁ দেওয়া তো দরকার। তো মাত্র ঢাকা শহরে এলাম, স্কুলে ভর্তি করালে তো একটু টাকা পয়সা খরচ হইব, টাকা পয়সা জোগাড় যন্ত্র করতে হবে না।
সামনে একটা স্কুল আছে, আমি গেছিলাম। আমার মনে হইলো যে ওখানে খুব একটা খরচপাতি লাগবো না, ভর্তি করাই দিই। ওরে
ঠিকঠাক মতো খোঁজ নিছ, মানে ভালো হইব?
ভালোই তো মনে হইলো।
দেখো তুমি যেটা ভালো মনে করো।
সারাদিন তো টোটো করে ঘুরে বেড়ায়, কই কই যায়, কাগো লগে মিশে, কিছুই তো জানি না। আর এখানে তো কারো চিনিও না।
কি রে ভাব, ঢাকা শহরে এসেই দেখি বন্ধু পাতায় ফেলছিস। তা একটু পড়াশোনা করতে হইব না? হ্যাঁ করতে হইব তো। এই যে তোর পুরান স্কুলের যে বইগুলো আছে, ওইগুলো নিয়েও তো একটু বসতে পারস না?
জিগাও তো পড়ে কিনা।
আমি পড়ি তো।
আবার মিশে কথা থাবর তুমি।
থাক, তুই এখন খা, আজকে আমি তোরে নিয়ে পড়তে পাবো, ঠিক আছে?
হা কর, মুখটা খুলে না। হা কর, পানি নিয়ে আসতে।
এটা হইতেছে কাজের আনন্দ, নবকৃষ্ণ ভট্টাচার্য। মৌমাছি মৌমাছি কোথায় যাও নাচি নাচি, দাঁড়াও না একবার ভাই। কি রে এখনই ঘুমাস কেন? একটু পর। ওই ফুল ফোটে বনে, যায় মধু আহরণে, দাঁড়াবার সময় তো নাই। এত হাই তুলতেছিস কেন?
বাকিটা কালকে পড়ি।
কালকে পড়বি?
পড়তে বলেই ঘুমাহে না?
আমি অনেক পড়ছি।
আবার
কই দে, পেন্সিল দে, আমি তোর এই শব্দ অর্থগুলো লিখে দেই, এগুলা মুখস্থ করবি।
তুমি দোকানে যাইবা না?
যাবো তো, আর একটু এগুলা দেখা দিয়ে যাই। এগুলা তোর বাসার কাজ, ঠিক আছে? এগুলো মুখস্থ করবি। যে আহরণ মানে হইতেছে সংগ্রহ করা। আহরণ মানে কি?
সংগ্রহ করা।
সংগ্রহ করা। তারপরে হইছে
país, un salvací, chichigai. Bay oh, bay đều, bay bay không, bay không, không rồi, rồi, bao nhiêu phút đây? 00335 không mất tiền. Hay lắm. 335 Shit. Nope. Vậy. Không cái khung rồi. Nope vậy. Con tao. Ê, mấy con bằng tiền họ chấm mà, mấy con bằng tiền là họ chấm hết, chẳng biết là bao nhiêu. Những thằng chủ quay sai là đúng đó, mới được. Và thầy ơi, đi. Như vậy, đây ngủ đắp thì làm sao vậy? Chôn tao, mày chôn tao. Mày thích làm hỏng cho mình không? Lợn này. Xiềng vang, gỗ trang bị đặt xong. Để quyết định cuộc chơi. Tính Timor, đánh con bài Timor. Timor, bút xịt kim. Timor. Quá cay xa nhá. Nhưng có Ấn Độ được. Để xem Timor. Timor, sâu kim. Mình xăm được. Ai à, ngon. Gì rồi. Rồi đến ngày ghép được thì đỡ đau rồi. Rồi tay đi, tay xa rồi, đỡ rồi. Đau 2 lần đau nữa. 3 lần đau nữa. 3 lần đau. 2 cân được mình cũng vẫn nói. Ok. Kỹ nhỉ? Chuẩn. Chỉ số tài. để cho tự bay.
আব্বা আম্মা যদি তোর ছোটকালে জানতো তোর হাইটের লগে তোর গাদামির হাইটটা একটু বাড়বো, তাহলে নিজ দিয়ে এমনিতেই 6 ইঞ্চি কেটে দিত, তোর আর গাদামি বাড়তো। শুন, আব্বা আম্মা যা বলে তা কর, বিয়েটা কর, আর আমার রাস্তাটা একটু ক্লিয়ারটা কর।
ও, আমি তোমার পথের কাটা না? তোরা কেউ চাস না যে আমি পড়াশোনা করে এই নিজের পায়ে দাঁড়াই?
তুই তো নিজের পায়ে দাঁড়াস নাই, তুই তো আমার কাঁধের উপর ভর করে দাঁড়ায় আসছিস। এই, আসো। বড় এই কি তোরা সকালবেলা এরকম কাঁদতেছিস কেন? আব্বাও কাঁদতেছে, আম্মাও কাঁদতেছে। কিছু আম্মা কি সকালবেলা কি সিরিয়াল দেখা শুরু করছে? তাহলে কিছু চুরি হয়েছে বাসা? কেউ মারা গেছে? কেউ কি মরার আগে হসপিটালে অ্যাডমিট হয়েছে? তাহলে কি হয়েছে? সবাই এরকম আয়োজন করে কাঁদতেছে কেন?
বাবা মা বলতেছে আমার নাকি পড়াশোনার দরকার নাই, ধান থাকলে নাকি ধানের মাঝে চিটাও থাকে, আমি নাকি চিটা।
হ্যাঁ, তোর তো ঠিকই বলছে। আর তুই কখনো দেখছো আব্বা আম্মা পোলাপানের সাথে মিথ্যা কথা বলে?
ভাই কি ওই কথা কইছে? কইছে আমার 1 মাসের মধ্যে বিয়ে করা লাগবে, বিয়ে করে 9 মাসের মধ্যে বাচ্চা পয়দা দেওয়া লাগবে।
মাত্র 9 মাস টাইম দিছে? তুই তো নির্ঘাত ফেল করবি। মানে তোর যে পড়াশোনার কন্ডিশন, তুই 9 মাসের সাথে তোর আরো মিনিমাম 4 মাস টাইম দেওয়া লাগবে, তারপর যদি 12। এলাকার দোকানদাররা অবশ্য নতুন যারা বিয়ে করে তাকে চেয়ার দিকে তাকায় থাকে 2 পয়সা ইনকামের জন্য। তোর দিয়ে সেটাও হবে না, তুই চিন্তা বাদ। হ্যাঁ বল।
তুইও?
কি?
আমি আগে সন্দেহ করছিলাম তুই আমার মায়ের পেটের ভাই না। মায়ের পেটের ভাই হলে তুই এরকম করে কথা বলতে পারতি না। তোর আমার না কোনো মিল নাই, না আছে স্বভাবের মিল, না আছে চরিত্রের মিল, না আছে তোর এই যে চেহারার মিল, গায়ের কালারের মিল, কোনো কিছু মিল নাই। বাইকটা
শোন, আব্বা আম্মা যদি তোর ছোটকালে জানতো তোর হাইটের লগে তোর গাদামির হাইটটা একটু বাড়বো, তাহলে নিজ দিয়ে এমনিতেই 6 ইঞ্চি কেটে দিত, তোর আর গাদামি বাড়তো। শুন, আব্বা আম্মা যা বলে তা কর, বিয়েটা কর, আর আমার রাস্তাটা একটু ক্লিয়ারটা কর।
ও, আমি তোমার পথের কাটা না? আমি তোমার জীবনের বাধা। তোরা কেউ আমার ভালো চাস না, তোরা কেউ চাস না যে আমি পড়াশোনা করে এই নিজের পায়ে দাঁড়াই।
তুই তো নিজের পায়ে দাঁড়াস নাই, তুই তো আমার কাঁধের উপর ভর করে দাঁড়ায় আসছিস। শোন, আমি তোর ছোট ভাই হিসেবে চাই তুই আব্বা আম্মার কথাটা শোন, তুই একটা মাসের মধ্যে বিয়েটা কর, আমি কবজি ডুবায়া তোর বিয়ার কাচ্চি খাবো, বুঝছস? এই, আসো।
À, thằng chết. Đéo gì nhỉ? Thế này thì vẫn thua. Ai, trời ơi. À đây 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 đây. Đây từ trước này thì châu sẽ vài đĩa cút, sẽ vài đĩa cút. Không sao thầy ơi, phải bỏ hai con ngoan đi đấy, không thua mất 15 máu thôi, đánh đổi thôi, con ba rồi, đánh đổi thôi. AC1 chiếc AC2 là bên rồi. Hàng từ hàng tông người ta chưa chịu vậy, làm trên của nó này đấy vẫn khỏe, vẫn khỏe, kéo chua vẫn khỏe, không yếu đâu, để đấy ông hai cái đéo về đây đâu chết, ông hai mà không chết vậy, áo nó bài đét đét, ui ông không chết lại, mất đéo, ô ấn pháp sư, cả một chút dòng ông hai không chết. Chuồn tỏ à nghe top 6 chat game của chat game có 23 bật tiền 23 điểm thì mất hết điểm. Ba lát từ lên đủ tiền lên 5 chơi nhỉ, nếu sắp 2 lần nữa mà khoảng bao nhiêu, khoảng là tầm
ড্রেস চেঞ্জ করতেছিস? চেঞ্জ করিস না, চল একটা টিকটক বানাই। টিকটক? হ্যাঁ টিকটক, চল।
স্যার নর্মাল আছে প্রেশার, নিচেরটা 80, উপরটা আছে 120। ঠিক।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
খামটা দে।
স্যার এটা কি আশ্চর্য দেখছিস, 1000 টাকা দিল প্রেশার মারতে। তাও
তুই জানিস উনি কে? উনি শহরে অনেক বড় ধনী লোক। এমন কোনো মসজিদ মাদ্রাসা নাই যে উনি দান করেন নাই। এমনকি আমাদের এই হাসপাতালও ওনার চ্যারিটি হেল্প ছিল।
ও ভালো লোক।
ড্রেস চেঞ্জ করতেছিস? চেঞ্জ করিস না, চল একটা টিকটক বানাই। টিকটক? হ্যাঁ টিকটক, চল। ঠিক আছে, এই ড্রেসটা পরবো, এটা পর।
May mắn rồi nè, điện từ bao nhiêu quay được người thôi, phải có may mắn cơ mới thích lâu lâu. Mình gọi khỏe phết đùa. Không có Guardian Carry mà vẫn hold Guardian à? Thực sự là cầu nguyện không vậy? Thực sự là cầu nguyện ra Guardian không? Cái thằng lái xe này, lái xe bay rồi, xe bay nhưng mà vẫn cần bánh. Sự nhót không? Nhót đó, mày nhót không? Ui Galio rồi, what the hell. Ui nói ở kia thì không quan tâm. Chơi Galio rồi, để Galio ngoài, chưa cần lắm. Cũng xịn đấy, nhưng mà thiếu xe lát, nhận được xe lát nữa là xong. Perfect tiếp à? Thêm nữa không? One more. Ê, 135 xuống 126 rồi, no reset. One more này. One more. One ai không được. One more. Không one more à? Quả đấy, đây, để one more. Two more. Hai Sibasikira. Nope. Mày bay 54 à? Thực sự là 5 củ ấy, nên là 50%. Quay đều. Cái gì đấy? Không skip được, quên mất. Có thể về qua kia thì bay thì kiếm tiền G-Bus quá mạnh. Ra một tuổi mà rồi lên go 4, cứ chỉ go 4 cho tôi vậy, chôn tôi à? Vẫn thắng à? Sự bay là tỷ vong. Anh ác quỷ rồi, hóa ác quỷ rồi. Từ ngày em đi anh hóa thành ác quỷ Ride a Car Simulator. 22 củ à? Anh sẽ bay được tầm 400 củ, 450 thì mới lên cấp tiếp theo được. Sợ bình chỉ linh ấy. Nhanh mà nhẹn, ui bay nhanh đét, tốc độ sự vua. Tốc độ sử dụng một đẳng cấp Pro VIP. Chuẩn không vậy? Thắng là không vậy? Rồi, còn mỗi con cho gát sẽ làm chi? Còn mỗi cho gát làm chi? Cho gát 2 mũ thích nghi à? Làm chi? Ui, thổi đau phết, đùa. Ê, nó thắng được cái cút đấy. Ê, nó thổi chết Zone này. Không chết được. Có 2 cái mũ kia đéo chết được. 2 mũ đấy chỉ là kích thêm sát thương phép. Xong rồi. Quả trắng mới là của mình rồi. Chắn luôn. Đi chợ 100 máu bốc lửa. Đồ Zone này. Zone cái cục đấy sự xịn không? Ban lan chắn à? Đồ cổ này 15% hút báo chủ sở hữu đồng minh được đấy. Cái ui mất lắc rồi. Còn những cục kia, còn cục vàng. Lấy một cục vàng đi. Rồi, trở lại cái này. Ha ha. Sorry. Mày bay cao. Một lần bay được tầm 40 triệu.
আজকে যদি আব্বু আম্মু যদি আমারে যদি বলতো যে সাকিব তুই বিয়ে কর তাহলে আমি
এই লইটে বান্ধব তুই চুপ থাক তুমি তো মোর বন্ধু সুরজ রে চেনো মোর মেলা দিনের পুরানা বন্ধু লোকটাও ভালো বিশ্বাসী আর তার মাইয়া যে খারাপ হইবে হিয়া কিন্তু মোর বিশ্বাস হয় না আমার ওই দোস্ত সুরজ রে মুই কথা দিছি তার মাইয়া আয়সার লগে আগামী মাসে মগো পোলার বিয়া দিমু তা বাবা তুমি কি কর
আলহামদুলিল্লাহ রাস্তা ক্লিয়ার
তোর বাবার একটু মাথা মোটা হইলে তাতে কি হয়েছে কথাটা কিন্তু খুব একটা খারাপ করেনি তাই না ভালো একটা ডিসিশন নিছে
এই হ্যাঁ বেটা ওই যাও কই আরে বেটা বহো যাও কই
বয় বাবা বয় রাখি মাথাটা ঠান্ডা করে বয় না কথা বলতেছি কথাগুলি একটু শুন
আচ্ছা আব্বু আম্মু মন থেকে খুশিতে তোরে বিয়ে করাইতে চাইতেছে মানে তোর মতো বলদ আমি আমার দুনিয়াতে দেখি তুই যেখানে রাজি হবি সে জায়গার মধ্যে তুই উল্টার মোসামুসি করতেছিস আজকে যদি আব্বু আম্মু যদি আমারে যদি বলতো যে সাকিব তুই বিয়ে কর তাহলে আমি
এই লইটে বান্ধব তুই চুপ থাক বাজান মোসরামুসরি কইরা কোনো লাভ হইবে না বিয়া কোনো অপরাধের কাম না হনু পোলাপান যখন বড় হয় বাবা মার দায়িত্ব পোলাপান করে উত্তম জায়গায় বিয়ে দেওয়া আমার জানা মতো মাইয়াটা সুশীল ভদ্র বিয়েটা হইয়া গেলে তখন বুঝবা তখন আর তোমার অঙ্ক মুখস্থ করা লাগবে না বাবার হোটেলে বইয়া ঠ্যাংয়ের উপর ঠ্যাং তুলা খাবা অসুবিধা কি
অনেক অসুবিধা আমি বিয়ে করবো না আর তোমার বিয়ে দেওয়ার ইচ্ছা হলে তোমার ছোট ছেলের সাথে বিয়ে দাও ওই যে আয়সানা কি নাম ছোট ছেলের বিয়ে দিয়ে দাও তার সাথে আমি পড়াশোনা করব আমি পড়াশোনা করে পাশ করে আমি হায়ার স্টাডির জন্য ইউনিভার্সিটিতে বিদেশের ইউনিভার্সিটিতে আমি পড়তে যাব আমি বিয়ে করব না আমি পড়াশোনা করব
বাজান দিল্লি বহু দূর ওদিকে তুমি তাকাইও না লাভ হইবে না ওই মাইয়ারেই তোমার বিয়া করতে হইবে ফোন নাম্বার নেও কথা কও দরকার পড়লে দুজনে দেখা সাক্ষাৎ করো সিন পরিচয় হও আগামী মাসের যে কোনো দিন তুমি কত মোর এককানি কথা
আপা তোরা তো জানিস তোর আব্বার মাথা গরম যেই কথা বলে সেই কাজ না করা পর্যন্ত তার মাথাটা গরমই থাকে তাছাড়া বাবা সবার তো আর লেখাপড়া হয় না হয় কম বাবা যে বলছে বিয়ে শাদী কইরা বাবার ব্যবসাটা একটু দেখাশোনা কর এতে করে তোর একটা নতুন জীবন হবে একটা নতুন সংসার হবে তাই না জীবনটা একদম পাল্টায়া যাবে ঝরঝরা হয়ে যাবে তাই না আব্বা আমার কথা শুনতে হয় হ্যাঁ বাজান
আমার ভবিষ্যৎ এমনিও ভালো পড়াশোনা করলেই ভবিষ্যৎ ভালো হবে তুমি যাও এখান থেকে যাও আমার মেজাজ একটু গরম হয়ে যাচ্ছে যাও এখান থেকে যাও
তোর বাবার কথাটা একটু ভালো করে মনোযোগ দিয়ে চিন্তা কর হ্যাঁ
ভাইয়া জীবনে বহুত অঙ্ক মুখস্থ করেছ এবার জীবনের অঙ্কটা মিলাও এই যে উস্কো খুস্কো গাড়গুলো আছে না চুলগুলো আছে না ওগুলো সেরুনে গিয়ে ফেশিয়াল টেশিয়াল করে একটু মানুষ হও বুঝছো
জুতাগুলো না ময়লা হয়ে গেছে এগুলো ড্রাই ওয়াশ করবো আমি ড্রাই ওয়াশ করবো
Biển nhau bố của con Giấc cơ bảo tao quay về phòng suy kém quần đao Sojin à thôi đánh điểm bài gian nào nhỉ Săn nai của tao đâu? Bắn săn nai rồi à? Ô, săn nai đâu nhỉ? Đây. Quên. Nhiều cực à, nhiều cực. Được ăn bao lâu? Thế à? Gà gì? Gà đi á? Gà đi ở qua. Ai à? À, để trứng à? Gà để trứng à? Ai à, càng ấy. Mắm sông. Ôi bố. Thế à? Hết độ xa rồi, giờ hết độ xa rồi. Giờ cũng khác rồi, cũng khác. Hay à, hay không? Hắc quy châm anh. Buồn em kia bạn. Ở đâu vậy? Thua. Rồi. Phải. Ý lợn nhỉ? Đúng rồi. Hay quá. Bài con nào không chết để cứu sức mày không? Đâu, bằng cái cất gì ông ngu. Cái đéo vậy. Ô, ngon thôi kìa. Chi bốc lui. Vì ta thiệt 1 tỷ vàng, cái thằng Phạm 1 tỷ vàng. Nhiều em đi. Anh của FPT à? Cả non. What the hell? Mày nói gì với tao ấy? Chả đơn trà. Mày xấu đâu à? Thích xấu không? Thích xấu không? Ui, có cái thằng này chat trong game Roblox nó bảo tao, nó bảo là hai. Xong rồi thằng khác nói, mới đầu thằng kia hai tao bảo là hai what, xong rồi nó thằng này đi không mình farm ấy, nó bảo tao là gì? You look like a dog, tao bảo là like you, xong nó chửi bậy xong nhiên được một số thằng này. Mà con Huyền thi Huyền học liên kết quốc tế mà broccoli ơi. Liên kết quốc tế mà. Xong rồi nó học bổng lên nó mới phải cày học bổng đấy. Cày học bổng là đỡ tiền ấy. Không phải đâu. Nhiều. Không phải em ơi, cũng có nhiều chuyện đấy. Thôi kệ Hoàng Dũng đi, kệ Hoàng Dũng đi. Coi có tập đoàn đúng không? Anh thực sự là nhà sử dụng Huyền cũng nhiều chuyện, một chút nhiều vấn đề đấy. Anh biết mà, anh biết nhiều hơn Cường ấy. Không em ơi. Mai anh kể, thôi bao giờ sang em anh kể nhá, bye bye broccoli. Chuyện kín mà, chuyện này đáng nhẽ tao không được biết đâu. Tao nghe từ một người tâm sự với Huyền. Huyền biết đấy là ai rồi. Biết ai luôn đấy. Ôi hỏng thận đấy. Mọi người, no condom sẽ đi ấy, sự GG 10 vợ tỷ quan. Lâu con đường mà con đường lâu con đường mà đi chơi như thằng Long ấy thì có mà ra phả hình tròn. Thằng Long tí thì chơi em họ. Để không biết đấy là em họ, thấy họ giống nhau, xong rồi về mới check lại, xong rồi biết là em họ. Chưa nhớ chịu là bạn Cường. Bạn đại học Cường mà. Ui, lại sự binh chị Linh ấy. Rồi nhót. Bây giờ để là bình thường sao? Quý à? Đây, sẽ đọc cho em dấu hiệu của bệnh bạch hầu nhé. 1. Giả mạc hai bên thành họng, có màu trắng ngà, xám đen, dai dính, dễ chảy máu, đau họng khàn giọng, sưng hạch bạch, huyết ở cổ, khó thở hoặc thở thanh, chảy nước mũi, sốt và ớn lạnh. Thôi 20 lên rồi đi một thẻ vũ ạ. Thẻ có thật. Đi về trường Nguy về ngủ cũng được. Đâu. Đi được không vậy? Đi được không vậy broccoli? Nanh à? Nanh nó không nào. Không sao, bác sẽ biết đi học cũng được. Yes. Đi học từ năm